please subscribe. So, today, yung vlog na gagawin ko is about presence of protein. So, we decided to make a video like this na something na may matututunan yung viewers natin. So, hindi naman mabubuo yung ating vlog without the squad. Tatayo na ba kami? So, wait, ulit. The squad! Hello! So before we start our experiment, I want to show you guys the materials that we needed in this experiment. So first we have the bread, milk, distilled water, unripe banana, ripe mango, unripe mango, raw pork, raw beef, starch solution, and last, the Biozcie solution. So guys, I'm here with Annalyn to discuss the objectives and the procedures in this experiment. So the objectives in this experiment is to observe the difference of the color in milk and starch solution, to describe the result in color among the substance in the test tubes. And the last is to know the importance of protein-rich foods in our diet.
So, the procedure, the students will use Biozcie solution to identify the food contains protein. So, what is Biozcie solution? This is a blue solution that changes color to pink to purple color in the presence of protein. Into separate tubes, add equal amount of milk solutions and starch solutions. We are also going to add 3 drops of Biozcie solution and 30 drops of distilled water.
It's trivia time. Did you know that protein is a core building of blocks for the trillion of cells in the human body? Without protein, no life could exist. The only material which is more common in the body than protein is water. Up to 18%, up to 20% of body is protein. The human body has about 100,000 different types of protein. The body needs them to grow, heal, and sustain all the body chemical reaction. Now, let's proceed to the experiment with the
Squad! The milk turns into dark violet. The starch turns into light blue. The unripe and ripe banana has no reaction. The raw pork turns into light violet. The raw beef turns into light violet. The ripe and unripe mango has no reaction. And the bread has light violet. So the experiment is done, and here is Michelle to give us the conclusion in the experiment.
So, in the experiment, the group assigned to use a blue solution to determine the level of protein in a certain food. The effect of blue solution is dependent on the food used. In the milk, the blue solution turns into violet, which means it has a lot of protein. And there is also food that have less or absence of protein, such as mango, because there is no change of color. Based on the given food sample, milk have the highest amount of protein. Protein is one of the nutrients that the human body is needed, in eating foods with a lot of protein have benefits in our body.
Thank you, Michelle, for sharing your thoughts. So now let's proceed to the tips, recommendation, and reminders in this experiment with Kaiser, Danji, and Krishna.
So here is a reminder to the next experimenter. This kind of experiment showed the basic procedure on how the protein will be seen in the naked eye, using the buried solution through the results of colors of the following food mentioned in the experiment. For the next experimenter, make sure the guidelines, objectives, and procedures will certainly follow steps by steps to avoid precautions.
And for the tips, do not try this at home without a guardian permission. Use always a proper clothing before conducting the experiment. Wait for 3 minutes after putting the solution in the test tube. Always remember, clean as you go. And for the last, keep always close the solution for the safety of the experimenter to avoid precautions.
And for recommendation, our group cited some recommendation to the future researchers so that they can perform better and avoid mistakes that can affect the natural flow of experiment. First is, you may conduct a research about protein. Study the pros and cons of the experiment, explain on how it will benefit the readers and future researchers, recommend further study relating this experiment, and provide another idea for the future researchers to know. Second is, it might be suited for the future researcher if they wait for about 3 to 5 minutes after they drop the buried solution. The solution will take some time to change into pink-purple color to see if there's a presence of protein. Find a suitable solution for further readers to do. The last one is, it would be better if the future researcher to be wise on choosing victuals to use in the experiment. Think out of the box. Investigate further and broaden the experiment. Assay trials, because there's a numerous food that the future researchers can use. Thank you guys for helping me in today's vlog, and don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell below.
Thank you guys!
Thank you.
Thank you.